Hello everybody, it's Claire back with another art journal video, and this one is a normal, back to normal, no more of the Art by Marlene advent calendar right now. So I'm going to be sharing with you some of the pages that I've created back in my art journals. So as you can see, I'm using some of the images from the collage papers that I designed most recently for Natalie May scrapbooking. I do have some of these available on my website. You can head to www.artjournallove.com. You can find them there in the Natalie May scrapbooking shop on my website. So the collage papers I designed have one big image and then three smaller ones, and so those are the ones that I've grabbed. After I've used the larger images, I've kind of saved them all. And I'm starting off in my craft journal. There's no gesso on these pages. I'm just going straight in. Started off with mineral, and then I've got iris. Then this is raspberry. Guess what I'm going to do? You know already. I'm going to do a rainbowy page. Of course I am. It was very interesting because I had a comment on my Instagram not that long ago. Somebody saying that I'd love to see you doing something new and different. You were always doing the same things and the same technique. And my reply to that is, do you know what? Do you know why I art journal? I art journal for myself. And I enjoy sharing it with other people. And I'm not doing it for primarily any other reason than that. And my job has grown out of that. So I feel really lucky to have that. And as I said in my comment back to this person, like, there are so many talented people on social media sharing bits of themselves, because that's what we're all doing, isn't it? We're all sort of giving an insight into us, and we're all doing our own thing, and that's okay. So I'm doing rainbows because that's what I love, makes me happy, and that's what it's about. So I'm pulling these colours straight across my page. I think I'm looking back now and thinking, I wonder why I started off with mineral. I bet I was going to pull that right across the page, and then I changed my mind and thought, no. Let's start with some brights. So that to me looks like Tangelo. That is a much warmer orange than tangerine. It's got, I don't know, it's just got a bit more red in it, I think. And it's a little bit more translucent than the other paints. I don't know why, but you can layer it and create that opacity if that's what you want. So I have just about filled the entire double page spread in the large craft journal. And I am going to give that a dry and then go in with some stenciling. So this is one of the stencils I've also designed for Natalie. These are also on my website, again in the same shop, in the Natalie May scrapbooking shop. There is a little offer on at the minute where if you buy, I think it's 4 or more, you get a freebie stencil thrown in. So yeah, some of the stencils that I'm using on this page are ones that I have designed for Nat as well. So I'm going in with some fairly neutral colours here just to add some interest to the background. Patterns and text are always a good staple, and starting to create that interest. It is possible to create really, really interesting backgrounds using no collage paper at all, and just using paint, colours and different stencils. And this is often a technique that I kind of do without realising. I just love my stencils. That one was one I designed as well, with the 4 different patterns on there. So that is also on my website. So the effect of these neutrals that I'm pulling over the top of the rainbow is just going to push that rainbow into the background a little, and just allow us to play a bit more on top. This is also one of Nat's stamps. I don't have these for sale on my website, but you can get these from Nat. She's started releasing lots and lots of stamps, and they're fab. Lots of text ones, which of course are always great to have in your stash. For me, a journal page isn't complete without text in one form or another, and quite often more than one form. So here I'm just going to start using some coloured Posca pens. I'm going to dip them in the paint and then stamp with some dots on top, just to bring some more interest. And I'm going to do this with each colour. You notice that I have my Posca pens sorted by colour. I bought some coloured drawers. Of course, they're rainbow. I'm just obsessed. I was with one of my children when I spotted them and I was like, oh my gosh, I've got to buy these. And they work really well for storing the pens in because I don't have to rummage through to find a certain colour. Yeah, as you can see, I'm not the best at splattering with pens. That one went a little bit crazy, but just rub it away. It's fine. It's not a big deal. And actually, would it have mattered if I'd left that? No, not really. So for me, this is just a really quick way of getting some paint colours onto the top of the stenciling and painting without getting the paints themselves out and watering them down. I can just kind of do it like this, and it also means I'm using my supplies as well. And this is quite a fun way to play. As long as you clean your stamp in between, that is absolutely fine, and it's going to work really nicely. So, as you'll know, if you follow me regularly, and I know a lot of you do, thank you, I love to use bold letters and words on my journal pages. For me, this is how I often communicate what my journal page is meaning, and it's sometimes how I will say the things that I want to say. This is a really easy way to get text onto your pages. This is not my idea necessarily. This is just how an idea that I use. So I'm not taking credit for this. I'm not saying, look at this, look at me, I've come up with this idea. No, I'm just sort of saying this is a really easy way to get text onto your page. So you can see I've written these, painted these wavy lines onto my page. I've got some paint left over, so I've watered it down and I'm just going to splatter those on. I think this might be a metallic. I think it might be medieval or something from Dina. I'm not sure, but I'm just using over the leftover bits and adding some splatters as well. So now I'm just spending a bit of time auditioning where these little faces are going to go. I want to leave some space for some words as well, but using these as my focal points. I'm going to stick them in with a glue stick because I'm not particularly bothered about them becoming one with the page. I don't know how else to say that. And using glue stick, you don't necessarily get that kind of melting into your page that you do when you use gel medium. So they will kind of remain more like paper rather than collage paper and disappear. So I'm not particularly worried about my edges disappearing. Does that make sense? I hope so. Now, once you've got these lines that you've painted in, you can fit your lettering to the size of your lines. Make your letters touch the top and the bottom. It's lots of fun to play with writing text like this. If you have a big quote you want to fit in, it's a good idea to go in with a pencil first. A Stabilo awl is not a bad idea because if it doesn't fit, you can go in with a baby wipe it away and it won't affect your background. But you can see it just creates that kind of interest. It leads the eye around the page, and the different sizes of the text as well also create that extra level of interest. Now, once I've got it all written in, I'm then going in and adding a little bit more depth to one side of each letter. And I just think that makes those words pop out a little bit more. And then I'm doing my trick with a black Posca pen and my dotty stamp. I've also added some white dotty stamping on there too. I'm going to go in the same and do that with some black. The page isn't complete for me without splatters and dots. It's just something that I've got to do. Yeah, I don't know. It's just one of my things and I love it. So, this is a really easy way to get that text on your page, particularly if you're not so confident with your own writing. Having those guidelines there really help with where to place your letters. So thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video and found some inspiration, and I hope to see you again soon.